السلام عليكم. اليوم راح أوديكم إلى مكان شوية غريب. يعني أنا أحب القصص الغريبة، مو قصص غريبة يعني السوالف الغير تقليدية. اليوم راح أوديكم إلى كهوف. هم راح ننزل جو القاع. يعني كهوف اللي عمقها تقريبا 60 متر 70 متر. راح أوديكم إلى أكبر كهف بتكساس وأعمق كهف بتكساس. بنفس الوقت راح أوديكم إلى مستعمرة، أكبر مستعمرة بالعالم للخفافيش. تابعوا الفيديو الأخير ولا تنسون الاشتراك بالقناة ومشاركة الفيديو إذا عجبكم. تحياتي. هسه احنا وصلنا إلى 130 قدم تحت الأرض. هو اسمه هذا Longhorn Caverns. هذا محل مال ملابس اللي يريد يشتري يعني للذكرى. هو صحيح واحد يشتري شتوي، هو الجو حار يشوي. شمع، شفقات، كتب شوية تاريخ. خفافيش. حلو. شنوات، كوابة. شوف هذا سعره 15$، 24 $25. تيشيرتات على 30. لوحات مال التعليق 20. يعني أسعار طبعا تكون شوية غالية لأنه مكان سياحي، يعني هذا ما يختلفون عن الاثنين. مزقط. هذا فانوس، وهذه الخوذة اللي بيها ضوء. نتوقع لي إن الكهف راح يصير أظلم. $15 مال مي نطارة. ما حلوة. هذا 30. هذا 32. نفسها بس اللون اختلف، السعر اختلف. 30 تقريبا كلها على 30. طبعا هذا هو المعرض مال الكهف. صور قديمة هسه راح نشوفها. شوف ايش حاطين بيه صور، شنو التاريخ، شو يحجون عليه. طبعا هو هذا سابقا ما كان بس كهف، يعني كان عدة أمور بيه، يعني عدة استخدامات. سوي القلوب والقوانين. بس بلشنا. There you go.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Grab some lights for you.
Appreciate
and we're
it.
just headed right up to that stop.
All right. بلشنا طبينا الكهف. طبعا درجة حرارتها باردة. حلو يساعد هذا. أحلى شيء هو الجو بارد.
Is river form geology. But the next step in cave development is that of speleothem growth. And you need 3 ingredients for that to happen. One of those is actually found in all 3 of these household items. So it's found in our toothpaste, it's found in abrasive cleaning solutions, and then it's also found in our antacids like Tums. Anybody want to give it a guess? Calcium carbonate, also found in limestone. Second ingredient is actually right here on our ceiling water. So that as it rains, that water makes its way through the limestone, picking up that calcium carbonate and transporting it straight down here. The third ingredient, we actually had to wait for the river to receive before we had it, and that was oxygen. We need oxygen for evaporation to take place. So what that means is we are going to see a cave that's in its infancy because all these speleothem formations did not have a lot of time to form. It also means that they are often hard to spot. So lucky for us, they glow under a black light. And I'm going to point out some of my favorites here as we check these out. You can see anything that is glowing, we like to say is active and growing. Yeah, so they're just keep on building. Now I'm going to draw our attention to these guys right here. They are the stars of our show down here. Now, before you ask for your money back, let me explain. These guys actually started growing around the same time our Declaration of Independence was being signed, about 250 years ago. They grow at a really slow rate of about 1 inch per 100 years. And it's one of the reasons why we don't want to touch anything down here. We don't want to accidentally break it. So these guys are called soda straws, completely held in the middle and really fragile. If we broke it, it would take another 250 years for it to get to this size. And they have something really exciting in their future. At one point, they're going to join forces and turn into one of those big stalactites. Probably the next 1,000 years or so. So if you guys want to make your reservations, you're quite active, right? So we all know oil and water don't mix. When we put the oils of our skin on these active formations, it prevents that water from being able to collect on there and leave that deposit behind. Essentially what happens at that point is that it will dry up and become an inactive formation, or we like to say it becomes a dead formation. So, a couple of reasons why we don't want to touch anything down here. We don't want to accidentally break it, and we don't want to accidentally kill it. Now, if you guys think this is cool, we do have an entire tour that goes through the cave just with black lights and a little lantern. It's called our black light tour, and we
مساحة كهف لونغهورن تقريبا 645 فدان، أي ما يقارب دونمين ونص، والمشي بيه تقريبا 5 كيلو. الموقع مالته يبعد 1.5 ساعة شمال سان أنطونيو و3 ساعات ونص جنوب دالاس.
As we make our way to this next passage.
حلو. تشرح يعني على شلون تكون الصخور من الماء والدهون شلون صارت عن طريق مئات السنين. يشرح بأنه لا تطخون شيء. شنو أحلى شيء هو البارد. باردة. كريستال سيتي.
Not quite yet, but we will. We'll go up in just a second. All right, so as we make our way through the cave today, we're going to see people have been visiting this cave throughout the ages. But the first published visit happened right here on Valentine's Day, 1879, when 4 couples came and had a picnic lunch at our historic entrance. They then made their way through the darkness by candlelight to come and see what they called the tiny glass houses. What they were looking at that day, though, was neither glass nor diamonds, but calcite crystals. Calcite crystals refract light almost perfectly, so when they held their lanterns up to it, it looked like a tiny sparkling city down here. Calcite crystals also not worth a lot of money. On the mineral hardness scale, diamonds fall at about a 10. These guys fall at about a 3, just slightly stronger than your fingernail. Anna? We're gonna hang out here for just a couple of minutes, so.
الصخور الكريستالية. هذا كريستال. وهذا كريستال. شوش جاز. هذا كله كريستال. كريستال يعني حجر الكريستال. سننزل نطلع.
For them to be put on. So we're super protective of these guys. And if the one that was just here is still there, it should be hanging up as we pass through this next passageway. And I will, sometimes they get tired of us, if you can imagine. Hanging up on our left-hand side right here. He's so tiny and all right, so guys, we do have a group coming up. So if you grab your picture, let's hang to the left-hand side so y'all can get that. Yeah, hang on your the left-hand side. Oh, is this a dog they're talking about? Yes. Hopefully we'll see more of those guys. Feel free to come up and surround this big rock right here. We're going to talk about her next. Inanimate object, but I refer to her as her. So in 1936, the CCC workers had dug out our path, found that opening, and that became our new entrance. At that point, they closed up our historic entrance and filled it in with concrete. But that was once located in this room, right here. So if you look right here, you can see this looks just slightly different than that limestone right there. But at one point, that was a giant hole leading out to the top side. So natural sunlight would have been pouring into this room. Wouldn't that be so beautiful? Because of that, there was a lot of evidence of Native American activity in this room, including ancient fire and ash that suggested that they used this as a meeting place. So we call this our Native American Council Room. They also came in here for this rock right here called chert. C-H-E-R-T. Chert's a lot harder than limestone. So when it erodes away. It gets stuck out like shelves and big old nodules that poke out of the rock. But here you can see it's been harvested up to the limestone. And that's because they like to use it for mapping tools like arrowheads and spearheads. Don't worry, that's just a cave. Good luck. So a lot of those projectiles were found in here. In fact, we occasionally still find them. 2018 was the last time we found one when we were changing the lights up just behind me.
في أواخر القرن الثامن عشر وبداية القرن التاسع عشر هذا الكهف كان يستخدم من قبل السكان الأصليين من الهنود الحمر اللي هم قبائل كومانشي. كانوا يستخدمون هذا الكهف يعني للاختباء وتصنيع الأسلحة ومأوى لهم من الحروب اللي صارت من صار النزوح إلى غرب أمريكا.
You're gonna stay here with me. We'll go that way though. We have such a large group. If y'all can move just a little closer. I don't have to get too close. I do promise I don't like. I know I've been that one for a long time. Yeah. I think we're gonna wait here because it was a little narrow there. I was just joking about the push them out of the way. I was just teasing. We would never do such a thing. We would never do such a thing. We've got some railings over here if you need them. There's the steam house right up there.
نشوف راح إذا بيئة التدخين ندخن سموك هاوس. شوف من الناصي. شلون دايناميت. خفاش. نايم. ماشي. سبحان الله شنو سبحان الله.
Welcome to our hall of marble. Exactly the reaction that I need. But feel free to come in here and take a look around. The water drop. Yeah, you can see the. Oh, you gotta go. Yeah, you can go up to that side. These eagle wings. We will be passing these relatively close, so I'd just like to remind everybody we want to make sure we don't touch them as they are active. I did that yesterday, that same exact thing.
Like once in a blue moon, you actually get like somebody who
This only happens one time a day. Bracken menu names right there, lowest point. Duck a little lower than you think you need to for a little bit longer. Make your way up to that next stop sign. Take a look around.
Look at this. Oh, crystal. Crystal stones.
Now, what happens when you leave an open bottle of Topo Chico sitting out for a couple days? It stops being sparkly. It goes flat, right? Same thing happened in this room. There was a crack in the rock that was releasing that CO2, and slowly over time it went flat in here. When that happened, that calcium carbonate no longer wanted to stay mixed in with the water, so it just started attaching itself to the walls. Then it started to evaporate that water off here. And those deposits harden. And that's why we see these smaller deposits up top, because they spent less time underwater developing. We have these really large deposits down below because they had a lot more time underwater to develop. Now, as I mentioned, these refract light almost perfectly. So when this first opened, it was called the Hall of Gems. And it had lights of every I will even show you with my laser pointer. You can see here, I am just a dot when I'm on the rock. But when I move over to one of those crystals, it lights the entire crystal up. And then it refracts that light back on the wall behind us. That means like if we had a couple of these lasers going, and that bucket shuffle, we could really have a party in here, right? We need some bigger, stronger lasers, right? All right, so lastly, I do want to offer everybody a chance to have a total darkness experience. Does that sound good to everybody? Yeah. If it doesn't, close your eyes really tight. You're never going to know the difference.
هنا انتهت رحلة الكهف الداخلي. بس هذه راح نروح نصعد فوق. وهسه وصلنا إلى كهف الجسر الطبيعي. هذا الكهف عمقه تقريبا 70 متر، والممرات اللي بيه تقريبا طولها 5 كيلومتر. هذا الكهف صاير تقريبا 4 ساعات جنوب دالاس و38 دقيقة شمال سان أنطونيو. هسه احنا 90 قدم تحت الأرض. مشكلة تنقط عليه. نقط مي.
Our benches and man-made rock walls. This is man-made. It's the same as a bench. So is this. Feel free to take a seat, please. Please keep making your way into this room. Off with our dripstones. Drawing from the floor, we have what are known as stalagmites. Drawing from the ceiling, we have what are known as stalactites. We also have a special type of stalactite. Right here, these are called soda straws, and they are called that because they are completely hollow in the middle. And then formations which touch both the floor and the ceiling are called columns. Moving on to our flowstones. Over here on the wall, we have what's known as cave ribbon. It forms when water flows down the wall in a straight line. At the ceiling behind you guys, we have what are known as cave curtains. They hang onto the ceiling but off of the wall, which is why they kind of have a triangle shape. Then finally, for our flowstones, all the way back here, we have what's known as cave drapery. Cave drapery holds onto the ceiling, the wall, and the floor.
Watch your head, be careful, going down.
To Sherwood Forest. We are now 180 feet below our natural bridge. You can remember me saying at the beginning of this tour, this is the deepest point we're going to be walking today. Congratulations, it's only uphill from here. Woo! So when our original four explorers came through here, a few of these formations reminded them of a forest, with these right here reminding them of tree canopies or tree tops, and these reminding them of tree trunks. We get the name Sherwood Forest from the fairy tale of Robin Hood, one of our explorers. And if we fast forward to 20 million years ago, we have some seismic activity, also known as earthquakes, in this part of Texas, which created these cracks or joints, as we call them, to form in the ceiling. Because of these joints, water is able to come through here, starting to dissolve that limestone, carving out the room that we are now in. Advise that you keep anything you value with you and to not hold it over that handrail. If you drop it, there's no guarantee you are getting it back anytime soon. This includes your phones, cameras, laptops.
هسه احنا وصلنا ل 130 قدم تحت الأرض. بس رايحين ويا الجروب نكمل. عشان وصلت مي من الحر ورطوبة. فيش حرارة. 30 أتوقع.
Formations and not at me. Welcome to Castle of the White Giants. All right, if you will follow me to the middle of the room, I will introduce you guys to our three white giants. Then we have this staircase up the back. There are two sides to this staircase. They go to the same place. Feel free to use either side. You do not have to go up the same side as me. These stairs are still steep and wet. Please make sure you're taking slow small steps and using that handrail. I'll go to the front and you all can follow me.
No, we're going up, right? We're going up.
Yeah, slowly working our way back up, yes. 135 feet below surface right now.
Yeah, I see.
If we take a look at the ceiling right here, we can notice that there's an intersecting joint. It makes the ceiling really weak. When there's water in this room, the buoyancy of it was holding that ceiling in place. But when all of that water receded into our aquifer, the support for the ceiling was gone. So it started to collapse, layer by layer, until it finally reached a stable enough layer at the top to stop collapsing and created what is known as a breakout dome. On the sides here, we can see these big chunks of rock that kind of look like boulder. This is known as breakdown. It is the collapsed part of the ceiling from all of those years ago. Before you guys don't start freaking out, we do not believe that this ever reason. Just let me know immediately. I can call the surface and get you help out of the cave. If you need help, my name is Lauren. Don't hesitate to ask me. If you can't remember my name, I'll also respond to a tour guide, girl in red shirt, or just general screams for help. I don't care how you get my attention, just please do it. From the surface. As you made your way up, if you looked over that right-hand side handrail, there's an orange building right down there. That is the last water line in our cave. Beyond that is another 1.5 miles of undeveloped cavern as well. This room is called the Hall of the Mountain Cave, so if you're wondering where is our mountain cave. He's right here in our formation. If we look, he's kind of laying down in bed. His hair is flowing. You see his face, his eyes are closed, you see his nose, his lips, and he was reading an ancient scroll before he fell asleep. He's also laying on a mountain of 15,000-year-old bat guano or bat poop, so he must have smelled pretty amazing. If we look up at the ceiling, we can see more evidence of bat roosts, but everywhere that is not white is where those bats used to live as well. So there was a very large colony living here at one point in time. If this was 1954, I would tell you all congratulations, you made it.
هنا احنا وصلنا الى نهاية الفيديو. هسه راح اترككم تشوفون مستعمرة الخفافيش، اكبر مستعمرة خفافيش بالعالم، اللي تقريبا تحتوي على 10 مليون 15 مليون خفاش. اذا عجبكم الفيديو لا تنسون ضغط لايك واشتراك بالقناة وتفعيل زر الجرس. وإذا عندكم أي مقترحات أو أماكن حلوة تردوني أزورها اكتبوها بالتعليقات. تحياتي.